Today is the day. I finally have everything I need to start building my custom mechanical keyboard. So here we got the silent Alpaca linear switches. I decided to go with these because I wanted to make a quiet keyboard, and I've heard a lot of good reviews about them. This is the switch opener, which made opening my switches tons easier. All you do is line up the little knobs on the switch opener with the pins that hold the top and bottom housing together and just push down. And then you can take it apart. This is the 205 grade 0 lube and the random paint brush I found in my house. And here I'm just applying the lube to the bottom housing. I used too much, I think. I didn't need this much. It was just one of the first switches that I lubed. As it went on, I realized I didn't need as much. All you do when applying lube is just apply lube to wherever plastic will touch plastic. Right here is the stem. I'm just putting lube on the legs and then on the sides. And this is a spring, which you can hand lube or throw in a bag with some lube and shake it around. Either way works. Right here is the PCB, and I'm putting band-aids with some lube on them where the stabilizers will go. And this is a stabilizer. And this is the stem of the stabilizer with little legs you can kind of see. And you clip the legs off because they tend to create a pinging, high-pitched noise when you press on them. So you clip them off, make it flat surface. And this is what the PCB looks like when all the stabilizers are installed. And this is the PCB with plate and all the switches together. After all that is done, I started to solder the switches to the PCB. I was really nervous to do this at first. I'd never really soldered anything before. The main thing that I had to do was just learn how the solder would react and learn how to control it. And once I did that, it was fairly simple. So I just barely finished soldering, which I was so anxious to do. I was very nervous because it was the first time I've ever soldered really anything. But I think it went pretty well. I'll try to show you. I think it's a pretty dodgy job, but if it gets the job done, then we're good. So now I'm just gonna open a keyboard tester and test to see if all the switches are working, which I am crossing my fingers they do. And then then we can assemble the rest of the keyboard. I just tested them and they work. I am so happy. I was really nervous, but they're all working. So now we can throw this guy into my board and throw the keycaps on and give you guys a sound test. Okay, so real quick before we do the sound test, let me show you guys what this thing actually looks like. Ooh, that is one nice looking keyboard. All right, now time for the sound test. So my final thoughts on the keyboard. I spent a little over 10 hours this weekend putting it together. Was it worth it? Yeah, Did I get frustrated at times? Yeah. All in all, I think it was a really fun project. And considering that I am at the computer a lot and spend a lot of time using keyboards, I think it was definitely a good investment. I spent like around $400 all in all. Bare bones, I think, like for just the board, the PCB plate and keycaps, I think was like $280, close to $300. But some of the extra stuff like the wrist rest I got added to the price, of course, and the artisan keycap. And yes, that's a lot of money to spend on a keyboard, but it's definitely worth it for me. For someone who spends a lot of time using keyboard, I'm going to keep this thing with me for the rest of my life. Hopefully, that's the plan. It was a definitely fun project, and the typing experience is different. It's so unique, and there's just quality that you can tell when you type on it. It's just smooth and it's so satisfying. If you're not a keyboard enthusiast, it sounds weird, but it really is like a satisfying experience typing on it. One thing, if I could change about this board, is the spacebar kind of has some rattle, and I did my best to try to fix it. It's not the greatest, but for this being the first time I've built a keyboard, I think it went really well. There were some hiccups, but at the end of the day, I'm super satisfied with how it turned out. I think it looks awesome, and it's very quiet, which was the goal. And yeah, so that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked what you saw, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, because I spent so much time on this board. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Alright, go you make some paper, boy.